tell everyone, how did the implementation go? We had 4 weeks to pull a rabbit out of the hat. Did we do it? Did it go to plan? What were some of the hurdles or the gotchas that we found along the way?
Oh, absolutely. So we did achieve it. That was a fantastic outcome. The 3 things I normally look at, or most people look at when it comes to project implementation, are cost, quality, and speed. Those were my 3 primary criteria. And normally they say pick 2. Somehow we managed to achieve all 3, right? And that was obviously with the help of the EG team there. From an engagement perspective, as soon as we'd signed on that dotted line, your team were there on the Monday, setting up calls, having the kickoff meeting, putting in the daily stand-ups, and it really felt like your team was an extension of my team who's sitting here as well. So that really helped. I didn't feel like we were having to learn the way that we work. Your culture as an organization aligned very much with our culture as an organization and the way that we like to work. There were some hairy moments in there, some challenges. The original plan, if we go into a bit more of the technical detail, was to merge the Annalise environment into the Harrison environment. But what we found was that the Annalise environment was way more complicated. You're running for way many more years, had more depth to it, more applications, more plugins, more product roadmaps, etc. So it would have just been more costly to migrate into Harrison, and more time would have been required to be able to do that, right? So what we ended up actually doing, which was a little bit of a hack from our side, is to migrate Harrison into Annalise, rebranded Annalise into Harrison, and then switch the IDP from Annalise into Harrison. And I think whilst we were doing that, I was on my way back from one of my business trips in Chennai. I was at the airport. John was on the line there trying to make sure things were working at the same time. And yeah, it was pretty challenging, good fun, but we managed to get it done in the end.
Yeah, no, that's pretty compelling. And I think, the ability for strong stakeholdership and thought leadership and decision making, and in that compressed timeline, was absolutely necessary to get the benefits that we all wanted to see. Just a little bit about this slide. The second image here on the right, the red line, is effectively the do nothing approach that we modeled for Harrison. So we were predicting nearly $800,000 of spend over the next 24 months based on all the existing licensing, all the existing marketplace add-ons, the cost increases or predicted cost increases. And the yellow line is the EG way. And this is the differential there is the cost savings. So what we ended up with was $230,000 of cost avoidance over 24 months. For a very measly investment and quick project, we turned around ROI in 6 months. That's really the end of the I suppose some of the questions I had, but I'd like to open it up to the floor to ask questions. I knew you would have your hand up.
Where was the customer reference call? Because you did something exactly the same for me, except even worse.
You mean better, right?
Well, as in my situation was even worse. My payback was about 5 weeks on a little over twice the spend. But we knocked over $100,000 a month off the licensing costs. Wow. And like total deja vu listening to your list of problems. I had 2 environments on 2 IDPs with everyone being present in both. I didn't even have one set up, and then we ended up consolidating everything onto a 3rd IDP. So we had 2 IDPs going to a new layer. But it was exactly the same situation.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to fix it?
Well, we actually used a slightly different approach. So, you know how one of the options that we considered was applying enterprise licensing to solve the problem.
Yep.
Well, we agreed that whilst that would fix it quickly, it wasn't necessarily the right long-term solution. Richard, in your case, that's actually what we did do. So we actually applied enterprise licensing across multiple sites, and so that was a quick fix, but enabled immediate savings because it was slightly different sort of outcome we were looking for there, which was immediate savings as opposed to merging environments, as an example.
So obviously changing IDPs and merging. How did Elegance Group help deliver their end user experience to your 200 odd users per?
As an outcome?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. The feedback that we received post merger was that it was pretty seamless. A couple of communications obviously went out from the IT team that's saying that these changes are going to be happening over the coming days. But the user experience has been fantastic. Now everyone is aligned. They're in the same spaces. They can tag each other. They can assign tickets across to original members of the Harrison.ai engineering team from a product development perspective. So the collaboration levels have gone through the roof. And the feedback's been great from all the way from the CEO to the senior exec team that this was a really smooth experience.
Is there some things that you know in the platform now that you haven't got to embracing it and using that you're looking forward to, maybe?
Yeah, 100%. So let me step back a little bit. Now that we brought all of our systems and information repositories and data repositories together, right? That sets us up for a solid foundation to enable our enterprise AI strategy. And one of the key features is Rovo AI within Teamwork's collections. I've started playing around with it a little bit. I think we still, as an organization, need to go through and do some cleanup on our Confluence pages and archive a few things to be able to get maximum value out of Rovo. But I really see that as a featured part of our roadmap as an organization.
All right, we'll wrap up that segment there. Thank you very much, Raj. That's awesome.